Maintaining PhDs or truths is not very hard, and we relate to them a lot through community dialogues, relate to them through sensitization of the community. We also use opinion leaders in our communities, because once you get someone from the grassroots to address an issue around low attendance of antenatal, mothers come very late. You talk to an opinion leader who has a voice in the community. Trust me, mothers will come. You use church leaders, mothers will come. So that is the model we are using as a facility. And how do you plan to maintain, to track how the mothers reach the particular requirement? Currently, in a modernized world, a mother in the part of the community, a people who keep touch. I have sent so and so for antenatal. As she comes, she doesn't know if I feel like the patient. Your mother will reach the facility. And in time, I pull up the big guy by the PhD. I think that's the understanding. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for her. Thank you to our presenters. You heavily respond to those questions, and we appreciate your endeavor. And we are hoping that in the next conference, you're able to come back to this panel again and come back and make another case of the changes that you're making in improving research, service delivery within the region. I want to thank the teams, the organizers, for giving me this opportunity to chair this session. And now I want to give the microphone back to the MC, Dr. Gillian. Yes, you can go on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And in a special way, I want to appreciate our moderator for that session. Dr. Phillips, thank you so much, and thank you for taking the room to do this. So at this very moment, we are going to have our very last presentation, which is going to come from Dr. Emmanuel Mochola, and it's going to be on the research agenda and regulations in Uganda. And Dr. Emmanuel is also one of the obstetrician and gynecologists at John Hospital. And he's also one of our senior experts in research. Dr., you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Good afternoon to all of you. Now, my name is Emmanuel Mochola. I am not an obstetrician or gynecologist. I'm an epidemiologist. And I'm the scientific director at your hospital. I thought this is one. Yes. So, thank you. So, I'm happy to be with you. I was asked to talk about the research regulation process began. And there are many different levels of regulation of research in Uganda. I want to restrict myself to the regulation of research involving human participants. Because now we also regulate research involving animal participants, which I will not talk about. But before I start that, I wanted just to congratulate Gulu Regional Referral Hospital for the success of this conference. Congratulations. Let us clap. I was aware when this was being organized. Certainly, I was consulted and I contributed to some of the topics. And I think this is one important way to improve research as well. Now, my presentation will just have a small border. Why we do research? Thankfully, this morning, Dr. Bongo has very ably answered that question. So I was also asked to say something about the research agenda of the country. I know that there is a draft document. It is not yet out, but I have a slide from it listing 10 priority areas. And then why we regulate research? That we are going to discuss a little. And the players who regulate research, who does what? A bit of that we're going to do. And then I'll talk about the review process application, because it's important for researchers. I will also take the opportunity, you know, when I was aware that the call for papers was made, Lacho was not in the list. And I was categorically told that maybe in the future will be included. But since I have the ground, I'll just present some of the publications, none of them just abstracts. There are some publications that were part of the So Lacho Hospital is the second largest hospital by bed capacity, 482, with additional 72 beds in our below level centers. We see up to 200,000 patients a year. And we also, I want to insist on this, we work to complement, we work with, not against, not competing with the government facilities. By the way, the 4 hospitals in this city, the 5, they're not yet enough for our patients. So if another one came, it would be very welcome. I know the mayor might work with collaborators and maybe we get another facility. So it's not a competition. It's so that we provide care that is needed. And this is all done in line with the policies and guidance of the government. So it is not separate. We run 5 training schools. Anesthesia we're dropping. But we'll still support Gulu School of Gulu Courts, Gulu Clinical Schools, and the School of Health Sciences, because we have an active theater. So we still work with those schools. But otherwise, nursing, midwifery, laboratory, theater assistants, actually we're introducing critical care because of the need. And then we are teaching faculty at the university. So we are an important placement site for many trainees, more than 703 staff, I think as of the end of June. And most of us are in Uganda. More than 200,000 patients contacts, 36,000 admissions a year. And we had the first research and ethics committee in this region. We are very happy to have given birth to Gulu. And now, Lure also, in a way, Lure University out of Gulu. And we are working with the Baby Gulu Regional Referral Research and Ethics Committee for any support that is needed. And so we think its contribution as a hospital. Now, something has happened there. So a life not examined is not worth living. Socrates said this. And I think when we're doing research, we really look at many things. So in our practice, we don't look at it, we don't examine what we are doing, we'll get into trouble. If we don't explore our challenges more, why are the women not coming? Why did we start? This is next day. You know this very well. Exploring the dealings. If you are not exploring and asking the questions, you will cease to be relevant. And so that's why we do research. We want to improve outcomes. We want to prevent diseases. We want to improve healthcare. We want to reduce that waiting time that patients complain about, or is respectful care. And that is why you do research and then you want to improve public health, prevent inequalities, generate knowledge. And I think Dr. Momomi in the morning will present many other reasons why you do research. I wanted for this slide to talk about this other one. There is that group of research which is done for a reason called impartial fulfillment of the requirements of the world. This one here, a lot of times presents a challenge. It's like the student did not want to do this research. Now they've been forced to do it. Somehow, anyway, you have to do it. And I think a lot of the people go with this bad attitude. They come to our hospitals, collect data and we miss a great opportunity. So we should find ways of supporting even those who do not like it very much. So that once we set to do research, we do good work. So the attitude, in this case, that attitude is a bit different. And I will now go to the 10 priority research areas. Now, I want to insist here that the regional referral will certainly come up also with your research agenda, which follows the ministry research agenda, which we did this. This is from the director, AOGU-North, Dr. Kware. They said they are finalizing a draft. But I want to say that since they're working with the university, not everything might, appear among the 10. They will also be important. I have seen your publication. It's a publication that came out of Gulu regional referral in the last 2 weeks. It's a very complex genetic study on I think genetic characteristics. I don't know whether polymorphism is a malaria patient who were done by this and others. So you will always be able to have opportunities to actually do also more advanced research. But generally, the country thinks that number one, we must prioritize maternal, sexual, reproductive health, adolescent, and child health research. And I think this conference was built with that. And I want to congratulate the AOGU and your associate, Of course, that's a very rapid. Of course, they have investment. And I think an investment that should be leading also in other areas. So the other priority is infectious diseases and non-communicable diseases. So anything comes there. HIV, TB, malaria, I like hepatitis B, for example, and it's a big issue in northern Uganda. But also emerging and re-emerging diseases. One health, where the animal standing, the human standing, and the plant standing. So this is also an important research area. How can it be implemented in the host? Yes, we live the patients. We may not live the animals, but yes, we have had cases of death from rabies, from snake bites and other things down. So you may also want to study these areas. They are very important and valuable areas for research. Number 3, so NCDs, of course, I don't need to emphasize any further. NCDs, a big issue on the rise, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and many other sickle cell disease. Just talked about this anyways, not any our process. Yes, representation. We did the study, not just study, for us, we did a screening among our assessment population within that almost 30% positivity. So it is northern Uganda is quite significant divided by what entities, like sickle cell in this case, and also communicable disease. You know the prevalence of malaria in this region. It's high about the region. So all this, if you are thinking about research phase, the next research phase to look here. Look here and start to think, because if there is any money in the government, I will have money in this. because it's part of the national priorities. Number 3, health systems research, local human resource. And I want to insist on this quality improvement. Probably they enter a little bit on the health system. How do the patients flow? About the waiting time? How do you schedule for the operation so that we reduce bouncing patients? So, all these are important. How many people do we need? You just introduced it. No, is it 1-2 years now? The EMR, the electronic medical record system, garbage in, garbage out. So how can we make use of this? Okay, so this is an important priority. So NCDs, very clear. I've talked about it already. Environmental health, including climate change. Climate change is a big area now, and many people, especially in the schools, in academia, are really focusing on climate change in everything. Climate change in communicable, climate change in non-communicable, climate change in public health, everywhere. So that is a priority. Mental health and behavioral research. If you're in this region, you know that we have had our very bitter share of mental health problems. If you're a health worker, like many of you are, you know we have also had another unfair share of mental health problems even among ourselves. Depression. Yes, even suicide. And since we know how to take life, we can take life very effectively. Yes. So mental health problems, but also from the post-war. Since we are just recovering, and the recovery has just not happened. This recovery has taken forever. It has brought new realities of the AOGU and other things. So mental health remains a big priority. Why are people not adhering to the drugs? There might be a mental health related issue. So community health, big area. Traditional medicine. I think it was a presentation yesterday. Lamwaka did present here, and these are realities. There were good things when our parents knew how to give that good roots and they helped. And certainly, I think some people during COVID, it helped. You know? So this is an area that has been prioritized also, as well as innovation, technology, science, and global public health threats. So bioterrorism, public health emergencies, international concerns. Ebola is an infectious disease and a re-emerging or an emerging disease, but you could also group them here because there are other threats that affect the whole population. It can affect business, it can affect economies, and because of infectious movements. So, I will now go to the research regulation side. In the past, they have grave mistreatment, grave manipulation, grave abuses, grave extortion, even, in the past. Many, a lot of coercion. There's a sign here, you don't know what you're standing for. And in the next time you find that a lot of blood has been drawn. You are signing for 50,000 and you got 5,000. Things have happened like this. Exploitation. You people know that carbotrograph has just been rolled out now. But it was after a big fight. It was studied in Uganda. Then when they wanted to sell it, they said it was so expensive. We could not afford it. And we had to keep quiet. Misoprostol that you used so much was discovered in Uganda. We are not getting even a cent for it. Somebody got it, went to the patent. They used you and me as the guinea pigs. I used that one recently, the super who wanted to do a study here, and did not want to understand that participants have rights. I asked her, I said, do you want to use us as guinea pigs? I saw the chicken bread and all this. I remained. Research is now regulated. It was not observed before, but now there is an eye. And Ope is your friend now. But when you are not doing that research right, he will turn another eye. Because we have a role to protect participants. So yes. There's a big study called Tuskegee. Want to study the natural history of syphilis. So about the blacks, not the whites in America. They enrolled them. Even when the ministry became available for the study, let it continue. They were not given treatment. They transmitted this disease even to their children. Were doing studies. Many studies were done on different concentration camps. Field studies with the naked. To infect the twins. The one that is the twins. We need to compare the speed of this one who has the disease and the other one who has not yet died. More than 1,500 children. So many things. Drug studied. You don't get benefit. You're doing a study, you die, you don't get any compensation. People die. You know who are dying and people die. So, I just want to say there are many reasons to do research. Because of these abuses, and of course we know that the world is changing fast. In the past, communication was not moving. So now everything you know within the next few minutes. Now people are demanding for much more in terms of their rights and all this. Now there are court cases here and there. So after these things, we start having many courts, international meetings, Nuremberg, especially related to a lot of the evils, if I could call it, research participants. Later there was declaration of Helsinki, especially related to the things that were happening in the camps. Belmont report in the US, international common rule, good clinical practices. And in Uganda, we have had guidelines. The latest was just released this year. Actually, it was the 12th March this year, although officially it was launched in September last year. So there are many guidelines. This is my point. And these guidelines of GCP are updated to reflect more recent reality. Because there are now many technical concepts in research. And that's why in a research and ethics community, research is regulated because we want to promote the rights, welfare, safety of the participants. If I'm going to be part of your vaccine trial, vaccination was a trial. Was it not? Was it why we were meant to make a concept? It was, it was being used under what? Emergency use application. But the point is, I should know the risks. So all these guidelines that I've talked about before, we are really emphasizing that research should be approved. A participant should know their rights. A participant should be protected. A participant should give consent. You don't just get things done. And you know. So now we want to promote rights. And that is the big role of all these regulatory bodies. But also to maintain ethical values and research principles. Remove no sharing. Above all, do not do any harm. There must be more benefit than the risks. There must be some justice. That is why we said there should be a proper selection. Give everybody the opportunity to get the disease if it is a disease. If it is a disease, yes, some people. And now they are more complex. They say controlled human infection models. You infect some truly with a milder form of the disease. These are now possible. Science is getting more complex. So there are many. So that there are rapid advancements in technology. There's revolution. There's revolutionary change in genetics, for example. The RNA vaccines. Now vaccines seem to come much faster, very quickly. But what does it mean? How do we define genetics? Because they're supposed to understand. Okay, so there is increased threat to personal privacy. Public is increasingly vocal. So you want to also allay the public doubts by doing the right thing. So if you want to improve research, you need a regulator. This is my point. And thank you, Gulu Regional Referral Hospital for setting up now we have a bit of a problem. Gulu University Research and Ethics. Correct. Gulu Regional This is going to be very many hours. Yes. That is an important step. I will also advise my brother that it is difficult to be both the regulator and the promoter at the same time. So you have to know how to balance the two. So the big picture only. In Uganda, we have national bodies that regulate research. And many MDAs, ministries, departments, studies. But now, with the recent streamlining, mainstreaming, everything falls under science, technology, and innovation. So UNCSC the ministries are changing it, but now it's science, technology, and innovation. And I think there's a lot of talk about pathogen economy and it's directly under the president. It seems to have gained much more importance now. So with that, we have the National Council of Science and Technology, but Uganda National Council, but we also have Uganda National Health Research Organization, UNRO. For example, that's the one that said. With that, we have NDA, National National Drugs that have to be given to human beings. This they should know. They should test. They should know the clinical component exactly before you give it to anybody. And then there is NEMA. Now there is, there's a lot of research in agriculture, as you know, and in animals, in plants as well. So there are cross-cutting regulators. UNBS, NITA is now much more important because of information. More recently, you said, where does the data go? For some studies, you think it goes and you never have it access. And now the council says you must have available data accessible from the studies. Okay. So there are many Uganda Communications, UCC, so many. So these are the more national level. At the sub-national level, at the institutions, we have research and ethics committees, REX, some people call it IRB, some people call it IRC, Institutional Research Review Board, Institutional Research Committee, but that is a very important player now in Uganda. There are 39, I think, as of 3 weeks ago, there were 39 accredited REX in Uganda. In this region, we have Gulu, Latio Hospital, Gulu University, Lira University. For me, my desire is that we should have more, because now then we can get the studies and do them. I know University of the Sacred Heart is here, Gulu Regional Referral Hospital is here. I'm looking forward. Sorry, has applied. The project is approved. So, not the Kapatu, Karamoja Technology University is coming. So all these are opportunities. Now, apart from that, there is institutional animal care and use committees are also there. You remember those rabbits? The 8 million rats. For COVID. They were 8 million shillings. Now they are regulated also. They are regulated. They should not get in any way anyhow. We will there. So, but with that, some people have also scientific review committees, data safety monitoring board, community advisory boards, institutional biosafety committee. There are many other committees that could be set for the purpose of establishment. The REX are called, as I've already said, they are accredited. You don't just wake up in the morning. So Gulu Regional RRH is now starting the process by writing the standard operating procedures. It will be visited and they will ask many questions. Where is the space? Where are the staff? What are your protocols before they are accredited to run as accredited. When the study is quite complex. And we are supposed to strongly monitor the studies that we approve. So if you are an investigator and they write to you, we want to come and visit you, do not quake. We want to come and support you. We are not coming to close your studies. But that also means you should be doing the right thing. If you are not doing the right thing, we will know. And there is when you will have some problem with us. Okay? So these are the guidelines. We have had many guidelines now in Uganda, and I think the latest is what I want to talk about. And the latest is as of last year. But before 1997, we would just do reviews based on the Declaration of Helsinki, a bit of GCP wasn't even there. So, but now, 4 times we have had many guidelines. And yes, when COVID came, we came up with a guideline on how to do research in the context of public health emergencies, so that you don't delay too much. The next has to be, Ebola might go.
So that you don't delay too much. The next has to be, Ebola might go. So you want to consider that Ebola, you actually have the opportunity to an outbreak.
So there is a place of research in public health emergency.
So there is a place of research in public health emergency.
So maybe the main message is there is an application. Prepare all the research. Yesterday was called by a public health expert now. My student said, Doctor, I have some international colleagues. They want to enroll us as center to study something. They are just going to simply do surveys. They just ask healthcare workers a few questions. Do I need clearance for this? I asked him, I said, who are you working in Uganda instead of this? Because we need to fund research. Otherwise we have parachute. Let's come and you can go. No impact, they get their papers, PhDs, professors, and nothing here. So I asked him, what is your team in Uganda? But I said, yes, you need to go through. But I said, yes, you need to go through this process. We need to not know just the questions you're asking. What are you talking about? Why are you asking those questions? Where will the data go? What will be the share of the Ugandan colleague in terms of this? So yes, it is important. Prepare all your documents, the proposals, CVs, investigators, but put there the consent forms, all the requests for waiver if it's not applicable. Put there the tools, the questionnaire, if they are adverts, put it. Put there, yes, so all the questionnaires and the tools. Then submit it online. That is where the work is going. So prepare it on entry. And then complete your submission at least 100%. You get started like any other thing online. Click, it's not responding, something. But it has to reach 100 before we can see it from the research and so usually you will then this schedule either for a rec meeting, a review meeting, or it is just reviewed in your absence. Somebody has to read it before they say yes, go ahead. And most of the times, after all the time, once we read it, we give you some comments. There, I understand that it's very discomforting. The researchers say, didn't be asked any question. But if somebody asks a question, it might mean that you are not clear enough. And you now have to clarify it. So then you should respond. Once you respond, it is reviewed, and now maybe you are given an approval. I want to insist, you are supposed to register with Uganda National Council for Science and Technology. That is what is in all our letters. There is a waiver for undergraduate, even postgraduate research. You don't have to register. You have to masters.
But now, unfortunately, and this is maybe somewhere we have to try out, how about our just healthcare workers here in the hospital? I think this is an area that we have to also get support. They don't have, because it's $300 there. It's high. It is high for us. It is quite a lot. So if you are not a student, it can be challenging. So that is the application process. And I want to emphasize this a bit more. It is on NRIMS. So you log in, you log in, and there is a login dashboard. After that, you register. So you go, log in. That is the website, nrims.uncsc.go.gg. I don't think I should spend much time with this, but there is a process, and I have put it on this slide if you will access it. But the point is that you have to fill the different parts of your site. You can copy and paste. You can copy some of the things from your proposal. We need it filled here, but we also need your complete proposal attached. Because what is approved is what your full proposal has attached. Okay. So you upload everything, and then a final decision is made. I think I finished that part of the presentation. Now I will just go to a bit to emphasize that everything that we do in the hospital could and should become a researchable topic and area. And we should be able to actually inform the world. So Dr. Matthew Lupia, we have Ebola now, and this is Dr. Matthew. Some of you probably were there, possibly there. For sure, Dr. Matthew was one of our leaders there. And 100 healthcare workers had to volunteer. We certainly had like 5 or 6 papers out of the Ebola outbreak in Uganda. There were anthropological studies, why the people were washing the bodies and how they could stop when they were asked, and why did they stop? How did we engage? So people did also studies in that area. Okay. So we lost certainly 224 cases. We did lose many patients, and we also did publish. So my message here is that everything you do, every parameter you write in that register, is it weight, height, BMI, I don't know, alive or MSB, FSP, all those could become a whole study topic if you so design. And I think this conference partly is so that we transform our hospitals also into a researching hospital. So we need to use them, we need to turn them. We are sitting on gold mines. Even if we didn't do anything, look at the registers and what we already did. A lot of data. I know that some of you are students. Sister Margaret, you may not have yet finished. So please, you can also use the data, yes, and collect it and analyze it. Like our sister Emily said, the process said, they analyze the data, they analyze the records. Okay. So all those are, and then as the chairperson AOGU, President AOGU said, we need to disseminate them so that we can affect policies. Okay. After this, I also want to talk about collaborations. I have been in his office a few times. For me, once I get a possible collaborator in that show, I actually think about innovation always. Because the patients are here with us, the big number of admitted patients are with us. So if somebody is going to help emergency units, it's still a problem in this region. Emergency medicine, we are not yet there. Somebody is going to help us in a complex area. It is okay that we survive together. So this is the University of Milano di Bocca. We're working with Gulu University, and we think that we should have a big antimicrobial resistance study coming up, because that's also one of the big areas. Okay? But this collaboration should be long, because they send us postgraduates and they send us, again, residents. So we can use, we are happy that the residents have come. I hope AOGU, my request. Pediatrics, this time went ahead of you to set up MMed in Gulu. Really need MMed. MA obstetrics and yes, we have the fellowship. We have the fellowship. And I'm aware of the dropouts. Not very happy about it. We need MA obstetrics. This, I think, is possible. We now have a critical mass in some way. Please, senior, help us. We need this to start. Then the master's level of research. They know computer, they don't struggle too much in the analysis, and they can just look at records and get good publications. Like some of which Dr. Bongo showed today. So, just some papers from Lacho, because you did not give us the opportunity to. So this is why women die after reaching the hospital. That delay, we did study, and we drew the missed opportunity. We drew the chart, the critical incidence technique, by looking what did we do, what did we miss. So if you read this paper, you find out associated factors of morbidity and mortality. In emergency and elective abdominal surgery. So we looked at just all the surgery. What happened? Why did they die if they died? Why did they live or survive if they survived? Okay? So, prevalence and factors associated with neonatal mortality. Just looking at the mortality. Looking at the records, you can get a publication and inform the world. And then start preventing those most salient features that you can see that it is preventable. Pediatric surgery collaboration. Do a camp. I'm told that next in this month there is a surgical camp in Lira. Yes, document it and can become a publication, but also start teaches people how can I organize camps? What do I avoid? How do I mobilize? Yeah. Prediction of preeclampsia at Lacho Hospital. This was Sylvia's PhD work. How can we predict preeclampsia? And I know that there is a few more developments. Protocol to clinically evaluate liquid biopsies. We have done a few studies. So collaborations. We have a study on bucketed lymphomas in 2012, and we have more than 50 publications for sure. Characterizing bucketed lymphoma, going into its genetics. Now, I just told us that maybe the Epstein-Barr virus that we are seeing in Gulu, in Africa, is different from the one in the rest of the world. And that is why we may be having more vaccines. This is what they're finding. So, many studies related to buckets. So, I think if you see the cancer in Sub-Saharan Africa, we have a cancer registry. It's called Gulu Cancer Registry for West Acholi. So Gulu, Amoro, the 8 districts in West Acholi. So we have a cancer registry. You want to study cancer? Come. Professor Mwakana did his PhD quite a bit on cervical cancer, but also on the registry. So get some registries where we can, and I think we can progress. DNA methanized. So buckets. I just put a few studies on buckets. That we have had. Oh, this about a month ago. Ochola Young is called Ochola Henry. We did this study together. He's now in Banana, his student. Yes. Yeah, he continued the work that yes, so and we congratulate you. So you see predictors of why is there a long decision to deliver. This should be done within an hour, within 30 minutes. The standards are actually more needed. For us, even if it was 1 hour at least we would be happy. The problem is that it's hardly there. Okay, this one I think was 55 minutes almost. But there are simple reasons sometimes. And now we're seeing the cadre of the person doing the study. Now I go to the hepatitis studies. Where do the patients go? Sometimes they start from home, sometimes they go to the facility, sometimes they go to the traditional, so the patients move. Get that paper and read it. Patients move in many places. They are asking for patients who have hepatocellular carcinoma. So hepatitis B and HIV co-infection In northern Uganda, this was in Lacho. There was a similar study done in Gulu regional referral. The hepatitis B uptake of vaccine. We were saying we are vaccinated, and we find that just 25% actually complete vaccination. If you add those 52, maybe and 3, it is just 42%. The others somehow are not vaccinated. Pragmatic approach to hepatocellular carcinoma diagnosis. You know, many things we need a biopsy in order to confirm. It is already so clear. By the clinical ultrasound is enough, 90% sure. So don't waste time if the intervention starts and then get the biopsy, which we know takes a long time. And this is the pathway we propose. So we propose that 90% really is clinical. We should start the sessions based on that as other than waiting time. Another study that we did already shows that patients die in about 3 months. A lot of the patients die sooner. So any delay is detrimental to them. This study by Betty Barringer and the collaboration with Juntendo University, Goma, Gulu University, Japan, and Lacho, found the first evidence of artemisinin resistance. And that is why we actually changed the treatment of malaria, complicated malaria. That is part of the reasons. We can publish also in high impact. Just a case that in the morning you already told. Case reports, you can have Dr. Komakech just did that. That was the whole paper. And probably very little more. It's just a page or two. It was an important paper in the highest impact journal. So, exploring the impact of a community-based participatory intervention. So, we even when you work in the community, participatory action learning processes. Similar to this, women who are known in the community have high impact. That will teach others better. Give them those pictures that show that BPH is bad. They will understand. Okay. So midwives do not appreciate pregnant women who come to the maternity with torn and dirty clothing. Is it true? This is part of our collaboration with the Torit State Hospital. This is a statement in South Sudan. But I identified it, even here probably would have said similar things. This is something we baptized MOOCs, all big MOOCs. Community use of short birth in intervals. So when the baby comes too soon, they gave us their perspectives on big MOOCs and MOOCs. Okay, indications for hospitalization. So readmission, why do patients get readmitted? We looked at that. Barriers and facilitators, cervical cancer screening. What are the issues? This from a facility provider's perspective. These are some of the things that are already published. Post-acquired infection, 2 important papers. This is 2010 and its colleague in 2011 or 2013 really proved that it can effectively reduce. We found that there was 28% hospital-acquired infection in Lajo Hospital. We could not believe it. We went up in house, but we got improved intervention. The next time it was 14%. And yesterday I was analyzing, it's going to be about 9%. It doesn't move too far from there, about 9, 8. So hospital-acquired infections. So anything you can do. We looked at fluid resuscitation. It was a FISC study. This was also New England Journal of Medicine. It doesn't change anything. Resuscitating babies with fluids does not probably help better than ORS and the ones that are already known. So just many granulars, dental. You can use everything, So my point is anything. Even anesthesia. How can we use clinical officers? And a lot of the model was training, diploma, after that, training certificate, give them some skills to be able to give spinal. Spinal was not really born in Lacho, but in Uganda. we did very well to spread it. We did very well to spread it. So, when we had Ebola, we had many papers. When we had HIV, we also presented the papers. Sometimes it takes a small collaboration, a prolific team that is able to actually help you do the writing and work with you. So, I just want to reinforce that there are many opportunities for research, but the research needs to be regulated. Please be happy with the regulator. Do not look at them as an enemy. Even when we come and ask you some questions and put you to task, it is important. A lot of the people that I go and monitor their studies ultimately appreciate. They appreciate. They appreciate that, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, really, this has helped me. Really, this has helped me. You see, these are the papers on Ebola. You see, these are the papers on Ebola. Let's end. Yeah. I'll end with this story that I was called urgently to the community. Somewhere. The community wanted to meet up with a researcher. The research was approved by us, but also they call the contact. So there's a contact. Who to call on the conference call? They called us, they come urgent. It's a problem. When we went, say RRH. So we went urgent. And there was a problem. This person we had approved went to the district. This person wanted to do a study of wildlife, PhD, studying abroad. Had this attitude, and PhD, why you with the local council? I've already gone to the district. So did not have the community. One of the questions was that problem. The question says, how do you describe the quality of life? And for the illiterate woman, this person there, the quality of life is put in a bottle, so put a bottle with color. So this is blood. This researcher is taking our blood to the underground, under the water. This person was from another tribe. This person is giving me 30,000 and saying it is for transport. When I just came from the next house, when I just came from the next selling our brand. This must be selling our brand. Of course, we went. So the research regulator, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chola. So I think on his last point really encourages us to follow the protocol. There is no shortcuts, whatever way. Thank you so very much. I believe all of us have taken a lot from his presentation on research agenda and regulations in Uganda. So let us not be scared. We have bodies that are really ready to support us in everything that we want to do. We have today actually seen people that we can easily reach out to them. If you were scared and starting it is right now. You've seen all the dignitaries that you can reach out to them, and they all look simple and approachable, as long as you have the right reason to approach them. I don't they will really turn down. Thank you so much, our excellence in the house. So, colleagues, at this very moment, on our program, we are going to have a presentation of resolution, of the conference resolution, and way forward. But before we have that, it has been a very great honor today, and as well yesterday, to have with us our senior consultant, who has been very loyal, very humble, and very, very participatory in this conference. And as a committee, we really appreciate her efforts and availability. It is very encouraging that even amidst the busy schedules we have, we still set priorities to really come and motivate and be here with the young people. Thank you so much for this, and let us give a hand of applause and welcome Dr. Pastor to come and say hello to the team. We really appreciate her presence, her humility, and her loyalty to be in this room for over 2 days. And she has been very, very resourceful to all of us. Doctor, we love you so much and we can't let it go unnoticed. Very, very special class here. But thank you for being the motherly person we have in the house.
Thank you very much. Dear members of this conference, I really want to start by appreciating the Almighty God for giving us the life that we are living and for protecting us. I believe we have all been here able to sit right from yesterday up to this morning because the Lord has been with us. We really need to thank the Lord. Let us do a big hand. Colleagues, without God on your side, without seeing God in front of everything that we do, even the achievements, the challenges, things will never work out properly for you. So I call upon all of us to really have that in our mind. I know that a lot has been happening here in our region. This conference, first of all, everyone has been appreciating Gulu Regional Referral Hospital. We have been in Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, and we shall still continue to be there. A lot has changed. Please let us give a big hand clap for the Gulu Regional Referral Hospital. Even those who have already left us, they are contributing. Those who are still with Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, we have seen that without collaborating with very many other stakeholders in the various fields, we shall not shine. Probably because in the past, we were not doing more collaboration. In this conference, I've learned that Gulu Regional Referral Hospital has been able to achieve this because of collaboration. Remember our safe mentioned that the chair for this research and ethics committee of Gulu Regional Referral Hospital is from Gulu University, and that is none other than Dr. Ope. Please give him a big hand clap. We have seen Dr. Ope grow like many others, and me when I stand here today, I am very happy for many of you, right from Felix, Dr. Jara, and Nende. You've been our students, and we are very proud of you. You've been our interns, we are very proud of you, and we shall continue to work together with you. I would like to say that this is the beginning of Gulu Regional Referral Hospital having this conference. But I believe a lot more bigger conferences and much more, I don't want to say complicated, research presentations will be coming up. Gulu Regional Referral Hospital is also doing a lot at the national level, international level. I mentioned to say that Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, if you look at the WHO experts, you will find the name of Gulu Regional Referral Hospital there, especially in the area of epidemics. Recently, we worked on the filovirus guideline. And when you look at what WHO has just published, you'll find the name of Gulu Regional Referral Hospital there. And that person is me, Dr. Pastor. I have been more in infectious diseases, plus the other aspect of internal medicine, which we see that if we work together as a team, from what I saw here, we integrate, we shall be able to improve on the healthcare delivery of the actually sub-regional people. Working together is key. I wouldn't want to take much of your time, but I appreciate the presenters, I appreciate the organizers, and I want you to continue praying for me. I thank God that I'm here in front of you. I had a nasty accident that really God protected me. The extent of the accident, you wouldn't wonder if someone could survive. But because of grace, God's grace, I am here, still participating, still contributing. And I know He will continue to protect each of us until the last day that He feels you need to live and go and join Him. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We really appreciate all the other and professional advice that you've given us. So, colleagues, at this time, I want to welcome the Secretary of the conference, who is going to give us the resolutions that we have generated in the 2 days of productive sitting. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, our dear NBC. We are coming towards the end. We're going to finish up everything now, so that we can have time to go and visit our families, be with them, enjoy the weekend as well. So basically, what I'm going to go faster as per this. We had a team which were compiling this resolution, so that when we go back to our different institutions, we'll be able to follow up on these resolutions. We'll be using these resolutions to follow up on what people have promised here, what we have decided that we would want to happen going forward to improve healthcare in this region. In the next conference, this is going to be in 1 year's time, as per the plan of the hospital. Because now we'll be able to collaborate with other associations, other partners in a much better way. We start this very early. But the first thing that will be presented in that conference will be these resolutions that we made here and what we have achieved over it. Then we can go ahead and start talking about new things. I request that the IT put up that wonderful part of the resolutions we made here together as a team. We were able to arrive at 27, just like when new government came in place, the government will know. There were 27 soldiers. So we also came out with 27 point resolutions. In this conference, 2 days. Next slide, Number one, one of the resolutions is that researchers should make use of regional data sets that are available. With, of course, this data yesterday by substitution told us that is with him, so we can easily access and do more analysis so we can understand our health problems that we are facing in this region. So this is to all of us. So in the next conference, we ask ourselves how many of these things that we came up with, how many of these data are interpreted to make sense. Number two is that we noticed that the lateral coverage is low in many districts. Lateral coverage is very low in many districts. So we agreed here that the lateral coverage should be increased in all the districts within the actual sub-region. And our week of RRDCs promised that he will be responsible to make sure that this will happen. We will be asking visiting from the educators in the next conference if we have the coverage, including our farms, like the balance mentioned. We here they have also had latrines around the farms. They stay longer in the farms. They don't duplicate in the bush or in the bushes. So that is very, very critical.
The third one is that NGOs should extend support to the Gulu Referral Hospital, being a regional referral hospital. And UNPA program analysts and also promise that there will be some support that they will extend to the hospital based on the collaboration. So I think the director is also noting this, so we'll circulate these solutions to the hospital director as well. The other one is about the Department of Social and Ecology of the university to train lower health care facilities providers within the tourism region with their big training healthcare providers, simulation training, but also clinical training. So this will know how many has been done, but we'll also need support from partners to support and sponsor or fund this kind of training. This will hear more on the subsequent conference if we are able to do that. Recruitment of staff in the districts to be enhanced. All the DHOs here yesterday, when they were in the plan, they promised that they will be able to ensure that more staffs are recruited. And this responsibility is their human resource and also the DHOs. The curriculum for Method of Nursing and Midwifery to be developed by the Faculty of Medicine yesterday. They did promise that this thing has started, it's ongoing, so, and the department will be willing to host this very important discipline. The seventh one is the community leaders to enable healthcare professionals, researchers, and conductors. Because when you go to it, we have issues with politicians and leadership leaders, and even community stakeholders that people who are going to do research, they are not provided conducive environment. So we want this to also happen. We also hear if this perspective has changed in the subsequent conference. There is need for QI guidelines in Uganda, and the regional referral hospital and Ministry of Health to push for this. Currently, we don't have any new guidelines for that, but I think there is need for that to be done and put in place. There is also need to have supplies and medicines available at all times in healthcare facilities. We know it's difficult to achieve this, but if we hear that stock out rates are less, then we'll be able to say, yes, we have done something within the region. The other thing is there's need also to increase healthcare financing and good policies for health using the locally generated data. We are generating this data every day in our facilities. So as a referral hospital and the Ministry of Health, with regional collaboration, we need to have this data being used and also translated into policies and inform financing. We used to have what we call results-based financing and the push system. So we need to have this done based on the data that we generate to make sense, to make it equitable to everybody. Health education through media, community outreach, and also to be conducted. So normally health education is healthcare advisors. When you go to media, radio stations, and they have a lot of what? Of talk shows. These are political talk shows. But we don't have that on this fixed for health education. You go on and if they are redundant. That should not be the case. We should have specific time for health, and people will start tuning in because they know they're going to benefit by getting health information. I think this is very important. We know that sometimes time is given for radio talk shows that we think that's not adequate. Number 12 is the healthcare providers and professionals should start using healthcare data for research. All of you are here because of this research conference. So let us start involving ourselves. There are people who are calling themselves as what? Babies in research. Yes, but we are all doing the same thing. Let us do more. So that the subsequent conference will be having a lot of things to present. Maybe this time we should have a 1 week conference. Yes, like international conferences can go up to 1 week. The other thing is about experts consider presentation to lower. We realize that experts who made presentation here, Dr. Emma made the 4th expert presentation this evening, and you realize they are very, very important. We have to make these expert presentations even trickle down to lower healthcare facilities if possible. So we need to explore our opportunities around there. The one-stop center for SRH at Gulu referral hospitals to be completed. The PI project is here and this is helpful. They are about to promise that the next 1 week something else will be seen at the hospital. So we are waiting for that, and the subsequent conference we expect that this to be showcase what how that SRH a one-stop center is. Number 16 is that SRH project to support the regional simulation and also skill training for healthcare providers. Yes, if facilities are willing, simulation lab is available to provide training for their staffs. Don't look any further, not going to hotels for skill training or simulation training. These days, the department has decided that they do training in simulation lab where it's available. So we don't do any training for anybody in hotels like this, then we bring materials here. And yet there's a space which is designated for that at the department. The hospital, we are talking about St. Mary's Hospital, like hospital, to ensure that the screens. I'm happy that the district director is here, who has been our number 4, Dr. Emmanuel Kuchola, that the screens that were donated to these 2 institutions by the department should have to be functional, meaning that they should be put into use. We don't want to go there and see a silent screen, nothing is moving there. The authority is with you, so we want it to be functional. Yes, we have also made another resolution that I will talk about. Maybe I bring it here that audiovisual contents can be made from the audiovisual center for free use of those. So we are coming to record those contents. It's okay. Why are you not making this function? So there's also content production, which I'm really talking about. All clinical care documented in our providers are here. The leadership of the healthcare systems are all here. Ensure that staff document everything. If it is electronic, let them document. If it is paperwork, let them document. Because that's the only thing we can have this data that we will use and translate, analyze to make this information available to the public in terms of research. It's almost getting done. Number 20 is about the university to increase intake of medical students in order to have more doctors trained with regional balance, of course. So this starts capacity and sport and also International Council for Higher Education. So all these entities play the role in this intake of students who are trained to be doctors. Definitely, this is very important. We cry a lot. There are no doctors, there are no doctors, but we are not training many, but also we are not absorbing many into the system. Let's do all those. The other thing is looking for us to establish the Institutional Research Ethics Committee, which the other partners are helping a lot. The RRH of Nacho and Gulu University, and also International Council for Science and Technology, which is invited to be here. Unfortunately, for many activities, they could not make it. The 22nd point is the healthcare providers provide welcoming environment. We need to have the operation work very well in that patients is coming to us. They don't need to go to the community. They don't need to go to community apartments because they don't have the certificate like they say here. Yes, all this is important. I'm almost concluding this. There is need for standby vehicle for emergencies, like Mother Health International has a standby vehicle. Even our facilities, we need to have this. This delay in transportation from one facility to another or from the referral side is very, very dangerous. Yes, and this responsibility is on our senior executive consultant being director of the hospital, PHOs, and also city health officer. I know very well the deputy mayor is here. He wouldn't want to hear that some mother has died because there's no transport within the city. I have never seen an ambulance at the city council there, which there should be one to stand by, but I think it's there. They have free. We need to put them into use. And we need the contacts of the person we can call if there's emergency. I think this is very important. Let us not take it lightly. The moment it's happening on you, you will cast life. So let us support this. Point of care training on ultrasound scan for healthcare providers. I know, especially midwives and medical officers. I know this has been done to some people, but we need to scale this up in the whole region to also utilization of ultrasound scan. This came out very clearly. Gulu Referral Hospital to develop the healthcare research priorities. Thank you very much, Dr. Emma, for putting this. Has a establishment committee who will ensure that SOPs are involved in the short time as we are attended that training together, but also to ensure that these priorities are set for the hospital. And this will guide us in the implementation of different activities. Putting up the hospital now and getting us to ensure that we're involved with the planning, the budget making, the nitty-gritty of what to be put. So they expect better than subsequent conference. The other thing is about the people we intend to do research should adhere to research regulations. I know this can be very painful, but Dr. Emma made my work very easy by telling all of us adhere to what regulates all of us. If it requires us to submit abstract online, submit online. If they require that all the proposals be submitted online, submit online, and all the necessary documents. Otherwise, it will make our work very difficult. Yeah, it's also frustrating, and you can get a trade on us when we don't have any other way of doing the work for you, but we are willing to support. The last, but not the least point, which is not in order, is that research must, all researchers should apply, if you are applying for approval or for specific clearances, apply online. Even for referral hospital now it's online. Like your hospital, even the administrative or ethical is online. You apply to go right to see online. So through NRIMS that the Dr. Chora has made mention here. These are the few but very important 27-point conference resolution for the first Gulu Regional Referral Hospital and the third AOGU-North Scientific Conference 2026. So thank you very much for this. Yes, so you will expect us to come to you, but as we conclude, because I don't want to come here again, is that the next session will be award. But before the award, I am not going to be the one to award, but I will call the delegates to award the people who are able to do the great work here, but also I would like to request the team from Uganda Nurses and Midwife Union. There's a statement they want to mention, but let me call Tony. I don't need Tony to mention the word. I think it's very important. It's not an emergency, but it's very important. Thank you, Tony. Yes, just in 30 seconds.
Thank you so much, members present. My name is Adonio Tony. I work for Uganda Nurses and Midwife Union Uganda as the secretary in charge of occupational health, safety, and welfare for our nurses and midwives in the entire Lango and actually South region. You are most welcome for this conference. I brought you greetings from our president of the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union. He was supposed to be present with us in this conference, but he was not able to make it. We came, two of us, for this conference. One of us, Mr. Ochieng Ambrose, he has been called to attend for some burial meeting. One of us has lost 2 patients in accident it happens of recently. Without wasting much of our time, I'd like to just go straight to the communications that we have received from our head office. That is our support as nurses and midwives union of Uganda. We have pledged to support this conference with 1 million, which will be followed by Office of the General for Regional Referral Hospital at the appropriate time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, issues of money. I didn't want to handle issues of money. So when he mentioned it, you guys will be able to follow. But yes, our PNO is here. Thank you very much. Let us give him and the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union another round of applause. Thank you very much for the support you have offered. We know many of you want to offer support. You can either do it quietly by going to the director or in any way, directly here. Thank you. I have a few announcements as we wind up. the Association of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Uganda today, the president, when he was giving his keynote address, he invited all of us for the conference. So it's my honor, therefore, to announce that the conference is going to be there, the 21st AOGU conference. It's going to be in Kampala. This is AOGU-North. This one is now the overall AOGU in the country, which we have the president here with us. I also happen to be the council representative at the AOGU. My president, I'm happy. Of course, we also have the central council representative, Dr. Rumba. They came together with, and the members of AOGU, they are here. There are very many. We have very many members of AOGU. Please, can we maybe wave to the people? Let us wave. Members of AOGU, Professor. Professor, the member, he's my teacher, but he's a member of AOGU. Almost everybody in this group taught me. Yes, in one way or the other. So I hold them a lot. So this is the postcard. We request that the president can hand over to Dr. Ojara Morris, if possible, so that this is official, yes. Postcard, so that the hospital can put it on their note spot, encourage the people to pay for the conference and also go for the conference. Even the hospital can sponsor them to go for the conference. Yes. Photographer, help us do something here. They are handing over. Also, as they're handing over the poster, I would like the president to hand over the books that were provided to the hospital. Yes, they brought very many books. I can't carry all of them, but with a sample, from the Reproductive and Child Health Department at the Ministry of Health, they brought the Essential Maternal and Newborn Clinical Care Guidelines for Uganda. I think you may not need to go yet. There are many things to hand over. You can also hand over the book. The other one those one can remain there to the director. Thank you very much. This is what we call collaboration. It's symbiotic, it's not one-sided. I also would like, yes, I think you can place that down. The banner for the AOGU conference. The AOGU provide banners to all the regional branches, especially regional referral hospital, for the conference. So this one here, the director knows where they normally put the banners when the conference is taking place. So I don't want to tell them what to do. So I think you can hand over the banner. Yes. You can open if you wish to. Maybe you think something else written. But I think it's important. Yes. Big is big, eh? So it has to be big. The size has to correspond. Not my size, but it has to be really big. Yes. So they will find a place to put it at the referral hospital so that you people can be able to see. Big is big, yes, definitely. Okay. As they open up, you can take a yes. Very good. So AOGU is involved. Is actually a better wing for the Ministry of Health because it's the one which starts for developing these guidelines that you see on maternal and child health. Right now, AOGU is also developing another guideline on urogynecology. And I'm very privileged we have people here who are in different units, including myself. So we are so happy to develop these guidelines to help our clinicians. Maybe some other people can help take over this arrangement. I don't want them to go and sit down. I want them to go and sit down at once. They could stand here a bit so that we can announce these other books. There are also special roles here, I think, for time these things. Yes, I told you we are concluding. We would like also to tell you that as the committee had several meetings, they organized this conference, and I'm so happy. I would like them to come here just for you to see them. Committee members, all of you, please come as I make this announcement. this is not me who is just making the announcement, but it's a committee. So there's a docket for appreciating some wonderful people, especially the best abstracts. We have the award for them. We also have the award for young researcher because they have been here. These are some few, but we have others there still coming. As they come in front, we would like to request our guests here in front because they are the one who spearheaded all this program. So we would like to announce that they will award this best abstract winners. The award is big, it's huge, it's a certificate and a booklet that has been given to them to ensure that they continue to live the purpose of doing research. Yes, I think this is very great. Thank you. So we are starting with the second best abstract. I will not open, I will request the president to award that.
The certificate of second best research abstract. This certificate is gratefully presented to Mrs. Irene Omono. Presentation at the first Gulu Regional Referral Hospital and that Association of Nutrition and Gynecologists in Uganda, North Scientific Conference in July 2026 at Roma Hotel Gulu City, Uganda.
It's online. You can give it to her online. It's now shining.
Okay, so the company by the book. I would request that maybe come. Yes, yes. Maybe you could move near. Yes, okay. Yes, thank you. Now this one will be awarded by the director himself to the first abstract, the first best abstract. Thank you very much. I have the honor to announce the first best abstract for this conference, and that is none other than Ms. Wise Susan. Okay. One last more. Now this was an evaluation that was done not because of just 2 days. This is one of the person who has been involved in doing research, and he's a young person, and he's one of with us at the hospital, I would like to request that they jointly give this to the young researcher that we have identified all the time. It's not for Uganda, it's these young researchers within Gulu Regional Referral Hospital. Please don't think of Uganda.
Very soon it will be Uganda. But please, let's clap for Dr. Otika.
Let's clear this up. Thank you. Thank you. Would like to first of all stand there so that the committee members, please, can you join the team here who are awarding? Thank you so much for awarding the best people who have done great work for us. We are now inspired to go and do more. Yes, so let us all go and do. The judgment by the scientific committee was really very, very transparent. I didn't know her, but now I've seen her. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that is the end of the award. I'd like to request the MC to conclude with vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good evening once again. In a very special way, colleagues, I would like to really extend our sincere gratitude on my own behalf and on behalf of the organizing committee for the resilience that we have shown and for the great honor that you really accorded to us to attend this conference. To those who are invited, all the invited guests, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We had people from far and wide. It was a short notice, but to our privilege, we had many people who showed their interest and shared it with us their work. And the vetting team went through and really found that it was worth to give the ones we saw them presenting to us. In a very special way, I want to really appreciate our hospital director for being so much a part of this, right from the beginning up to the very end. Thank you so much, Doctor. We really appreciate you. Colleague, in a very special way also, I would like to appreciate our senior, the chair board, Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, Dr. Nick. Thank you so much for your resilience and being with us throughout the 2-day sessions. And colleagues, in a very special way, I would also want to appreciate our leaders from the political wing, the deputy mayor for his presence throughout the conference. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate and honor, and we encourage that next time when we cry out and call on to you, you come again. And to all our senior consultants from the different teaching hospitals, different universities, invited guests, the presidents, and all the different bodies. Thank you so very much for being part of this. And we are not forgetting our frontline health workers, right from the we continue to say thank you, and next time we call again onto this, we hope our numbers are going to be bigger and better. So without wasting time, we have come to the very end of this program, and in a very special way, I want to welcome our hospital director, who is also going to give us the closing remarks, and finally we can depart and start on the weekend. Thank you so much. Doctor, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much. The Lord is good. All the time. That is his nature. Thank you very much. I would like to really thank the MCs. They always say they are not thanked. I would like to start by thanking the MCs. You did a tremendous work. I would like to recognize and appreciate the chief guest, all the invited guests, but in a special way, I would like to appreciate our board chair of the Regional Referral Hospital, from our partner hospital, the president of AOGU, Professor, you're most welcome. We have our SEC of Valley Regional Referral Hospital, Dr. Bayo. Thank you for coming. And all our gallant scientists in academia, our especially those from Gulu University. And I would like also to not forget staffs of the Regional Referral Hospital who have actually taken time to be here throughout this 2 days. Thank you very much. We have spent 2 good days. I don't want to take a lot of your time. I know many of us are traveling long distances. Our hospital senior executive consultant delegated me to represent him. He has been unwell. But as of this evening, when I communicated to him, said he is getting much better and better. So we thank God for that. He has sent greetings, and he especially instructed me to thank the organizing committee, who has tirelessly, from the inception of this idea up to now, has been working tirelessly. So please receive this heartfelt appreciation. A lot has been really discussed in these 2 days, and we all agree 27 is an odd number. Is it? Is that an odd number or prime number? It's odd, is it? So 27 has a special thing, as one of our presenters said. So we need to start with that and move forward with a lot of determination. Personally, I believe that all what has been recommended is achievable. I believe that they are achievable. And there are several low-hanging fruits among them. And as a hospital, we are taking it seriously.
and we shall prioritize. In my speech earlier on, I informed you that we had a budget for research and conferences. In the previous financial year, we had up to around 36 billion. And that is for conferences and researches. But this time it might even go higher. So there is a lot of collaboration, as I told you, with the other partners who has actually been shouldering this with us up to now. And we encourage all of us to engage ourselves in research activities. Please, this is the beginning of the financial year. If you have any plan to carry any operational research or any other form of research, please don't shy down. Inform us, put it in writing. Of recent, we have actually passed a communication to all people, to everyone in the hospital, that if you have any activity that you would like to carry out in this new financial year, let us know. That includes even research. So one of the things that I will really encourage is that let us collaborate with university together with the AOGU Hospital and our organizations like AOGU and many others. In a short, actually, in next month, the Association of Physicians of Uganda, they will be here in Gulu, in Regional Referral Hospital. And just collaboration calls for even a broader. We will achieve so much. So, not to say a lot, I would like to thank God for all of us that we will travel safely. He is the one who brought us here. And also, we pray that he takes us back home safely. I say this for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our sec. All the 20 closing remark has been given. We don't have anything. I just request that you rise up and have a closing prayer. Let's humble ourselves and pray. Father, Lord in heaven, we are here before you as your children. We thank you for your mercy, for your love, and for your grace of abundance. Father, we are here with a heart full of gratitude for everything that you've done to us, and for more and more that you're yet to do for us, oh Lord. We thank you for this 2 days engagement that you've allowed us to have it successfully. We thank you for everyone who managed to travel from wherever they were up to here. And we thank you for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you've imparted in each and every one of us. Father, as we have come to the end of this engagement today, we are here very hopeful that you are still going to carry us for more and more engagements in the future. Father, we pray that everything that we have learned from here, we shall not keep them for ourselves, but we are going to discuss, and share with our colleagues for the betterment of the service delivery of our people that we serve. Father, in this healing ministry that has been started by Christ, we pray that you fill our heart with love, joy, compassion, and empathy, that when we go back to continue serving your people, we excel in everything that we do. Father, as we depart, we call for your mercies, we call for your protection, we call for your guidance. May you walk with us right from now until we meet again. Father, we thank you, we glorify your name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray and believe. Thank you so much.